Hey everybody, and welcome to Paper Crafting with Tammy. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. It is awesome to see you here. I have a great project for us today that we're going to start on in just a minute. If you haven't done it yet, take a minute and hit that big red subscribe button so you see what else I've got for you next time. And let's get started. Today I'm going to be working on a layout using the July Kiwi Club Kit. So this is the July 2020 kit. It's called Be the Light, and it has this great nautical theme. I personally love the ocean. I took a trip last year to an area in Oregon, up in Seaside, so right on the Oregon coast, and we toured some lighthouses, took lots of pictures. So I'm really excited about this kit. And I've had tons of great feedback from people that have seen it. If you are not a Kiwi Club member, I always put information in the description below the video. You can find out a little bit more. There's a link there if you're interested in checking it out. So you might want to take some time to do that. So the kits always include some great sentiment cards that you can use for card making. You can use for embellishments on your scrapbook pages. They're wonderful for pocket scrapbooking. So I'm going to flip through those real quick. So we've got Be the Light, Seize the Day, Happiness Comes in Waves, You Are My Anchor, You Rock My Boat, In High Tide or in Low Tide, I'll Be by Your Side. And then there's a few that are journaling blocks. Ahoy There, Adventure Log, A Whale of a Tale, Remember This Moment. And if there's ever a card that I don't like, either for scrapbook or a card, or I just have some excess, I tend to use the back for photo matting or for creating accents for my pages. Here's a couple more. These are 4x4s. Light of My Life, Go with the Flow, We Are Like Seashells Upon the Beach, Beautiful and Unique, each with a story of its own to tell. And then these ones are 4x6. Nothing can dim the light that shines from within. I Love You Deeper Than the Ocean. And then these ones are pretty special, and I'll show you why. Because this month's templates have a really fun component that you can use with this particular sentiment card. So it comes with this great sign, and you can cut tags on here to create some directional pieces for your sign. So that's going to be really fun to play with. So this template set is called Nautical. So it's got this beautiful lighthouse, and I've seen some fun ideas, people talking about, ooh, that could just be a gazebo. So this is going to be fun to play with. You've got these sails and base for a boat, and then a really great anchor. So those are this month's templates. And that's a great addition for that kit. And then let's take a quick look at the paper. So we've got this fun lighthouse paper with some waves and sailboats and anchors. On the back, it's got some little fishies. Got seagulls, little paper hat. Yeah, like newspaper, folded paper hats. Anchors, super fun. Kind of a chevron. You've got this beautiful red print. And then this on the other side. This kind of medium blue with navy blue sea stars. And then a stripe on the back. This one's got the waves and little sailboats. Okay, that's fun. And then captain's wheels. This is just a great nautical stripe. And a nice deep navy. And then these are intended to be your background sheets. So you've got a nice navy there. And this is kind of just a light tone. It's kind of like a weave. And then here you've got kind of a medium, like a gray-green tone. So you got two of those. They're kind of a yellow, light yellow on the back. So lots of fun materials to play with this month. And stay tuned and we'll put together a 2-page layout and make some choices for paper and have a great time. For the layout that I'm going to work on today, I chose this really light background. It's kind of a light blue, and it's got a little bit of a gray line running through it. And I'm using this layout here for my inspiration. This is part of one of the benefits of being in the Kiwi Club. You get this great ideas to inspire every month. It's just a digital download, but I do like to print it until I use up my kit. And there's always great ideas in here to get you going and get you motivated to use that kit up. And so this one, I just loved the way the colors caught my eye, and I'm going to be using this as the basis for my layout today. This is just a single page layout, and I tend to work in 2s, so I'm going to be making some modifications to that, but it's great to have a place to start. So to start with, I grabbed some templates that I thought would work really well to create a wave look. So I grabbed Sunnybrook Lane, and this is 1A and 1B. So I'm going to use those to create kind of a wave at the bottom of my page. And then I know I'm going to be using just a strip, so I'm going to go ahead and just use this 2-inch strip to kind of remind me that that is my plan. And another set from the Sunnybrook Lane border is this 2A and 2B. So I always like to see if they've got a good way to line them up, and that one does. I'm going to go ahead and do these up at the top and just do a little strip on top of those. This is just a little 1/2-inch strip. That'll just be a little accent piece. I've got some photos already chosen for this layout, and I know about what size I'm going to be dealing with, so I'm just going to lay this out with some photo mats for now and make sure everything works. So these are 3.5 by 4.5 inch photo mats. This one's a 4 by 5, a 3 by 4, and then a couple more 3 by 4s. So that's going to allow me to get 6 photos on this layout and still be able to use a couple of the embellishments that I really want to pull in. So I really liked the way this layout featured this lighthouse. So I'm going to be duplicating that idea today. I'm going to go ahead and put that lighthouse over here on the side. And then I also really like the cute little beach sign. So I'm going to put that probably somewhere over here. I may have it come up and touch the photo. We'll kind of double check that when I get those photos on there and make sure I'm not covering up anything really important. And I've got room here to do a couple little seagulls, and we'll see kind of how that all comes together. But that's the basic layout that I'm going to be working with. And we'll start making some substitutions. I'll swap in my photos for those photo mats so we can double check colors along the way. And then I'll start getting the borders and strips cut, and we'll get this layout taken care of. All right, so let's move on to this next step in the layout. I did find some darling seagulls that were on one of the sentiment cards. I went ahead and just fussy cut those out so I could add them to the layout. And I think I'm just gonna have them there just as some little accents. These are the photos I ended up choosing. So I've got this one here, and that one. This was the one I used in the place of the 4 by 5. I did make it a tiny bit taller and a tiny bit thinner than the photo mat I had originally laid out. I've got a 3 by 4 here, here, and here. So I really like how those photos look on this just kind of subtle background. So I'm happy with that. And then I started working on my border pieces. When I went to cut this Sunnybrook Lane 2A and 2B, I realized that the paper that I wanted for that is directional. So normally we trace our borders facing one another, showing how they match up. I ended up having to do that a little bit differently because I didn't want my seagulls to end up upside down. So just know that if you decide to go with something like the seagull paper for a border that's going all the way across the top or all the way across the bottom, you're going to need to cut it in 2 separate pieces. This is what I chose for the strip. Just really liked that subtle stripe on there. And then down here at the bottom, I used this paper. It kind of reminded me of footsteps. I don't know, like steps on the beach. I just enjoy the pattern of it. And I used the little fishy paper for the water. And the paper with the captain's wheel for a strip here. And a lot of these paper choices that I've used so far are exactly the same ones that were used in the idea book on that 1-page layout that was my inspiration. When I went to create this little sign here, I used one of the journaling tags. I used the back side of that to go ahead and create this. And then when I cut out the little pieces, I just popped them up with some foam tape. Give it a little bit of dimension. I did the same thing when I did the lighthouse. I had the sentiment card to go ahead and use for the main body of the lighthouse. I used just another little journaling square to make the top. And then out of the scraps actually from this sentiment tag, I cut the windows for the lighthouse and then the little thing for the top. And then these 2 accent pieces just came out of one of the pieces that was supplied with the kit. And I did pop up those 2 pieces just for some dimension on there. Okay. The backing paper that I used actually did not come out of the kit. There was a really beautiful deep blue that came with it. Because I'm not sure what else I want to do, I always hate to use up all of the paper too fast. I tend to make several layouts out of a kit. I throw in some of my own cardstock. So I actually pulled a really pretty blue that was in the June 2020 kit, and that's what I used to mat all of these photos. And it's actually like the exact same color that's the word shines on this lighthouse, so that worked out perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this down off camera. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me create with this July 2020 kit today, and that it inspires you to get your kit out and get busy. Again, if you need more information about Kiwi Club or the kits, feel free to message me, ask a question in the comments, and I would be happy to answer it. I really enjoyed sharing this with you today, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.